Cadet, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Wolfgang Eric Baron Hagarty. I'm a senior at Marine Military Academy. I'm in golf company and very proud of it. I'm 17 years old from Pleasant Hill, California. I have a girlfriend up in Massachusetts and a niece in Petaluma, California. I'm very eager to go back and see them. Played rugby for 11 years. I'm currently the color guard sergeant of Marine Military Academy.
I've seen a lot of your work in the color guard. I think you do an excellent job. How do you like it here so far at MMA?
Marine Military Academy has really helped me get my academics up. Overall, I think it's an amazing place. Some of my favorite classes are U.S. History with Mr. Sousa. He's an amazing teacher. I haven't had anyone better than him. And also Physics with Mr. Coleman. He's also a great teacher, and he explains things very well and makes everything quite easy.
Now, did you go to a public school before you came to MMA?
I went to College Park High School in California for the first half of my junior year, and then after having a 0.0 grade point average, my parents decided to send me to Marine Military Academy, and now I currently have a 3.8 grade point average.
That's fantastic. How do you feel about that?
I think the improvement is extremely amazing. I'm very proud of myself, happy with the way I'm living right now. Everything just seems to keep going up and up overall. So.
Okay. What were some of the big differences between public school and MMA that you might want to talk about?
In public school, there wasn't a whole lot of structure. It was mostly you have to learn on your own. Teachers didn't explain everything as much to you. And if you didn't get it, you didn't get it. Simple as that. The teacher didn't really have a whole lot of time to explain things to you, seeing how I was in a class of, at minimum, 25. Most classes were about 40 people. Here at Marine Military Academy, we have mandatory tutorials if we're failing in class, and the teachers always explain things, and my largest class has about 10 people in it, so we get a lot of one-on-one with the teacher if we need any help or have any questions.
Can you talk about, for just a minute, the systems of support that MMA provides to help you study, to keep you on target and so forth, both in the classroom and then later with your drill instructor at the barracks?
Well, with the teachers, you get, like I said, you get a whole bunch of one-on-one with them, and if you're failing in class, then you have mandatory tutorials. But after school, you can also go to just the normal tutorials if you have any questions on your own. Even if you're not failing, you can still go and ask questions. And then once you get back to the barracks, since it's many people living up, like anywhere from 40 to 55 cadets living in an enclosed environment, if we have any questions, there's always going to be somebody else who's taking that class, and chances are there's going to be somebody who's even better at whatever subject it is than us, and we can always go up to them and ask them at any time.
Now, you talked about earlier on that, that you had a very low GPA at your high school. Can you talk about how you made the decision, or how that decision was arrived at to come to MMA?
Well, after having a 0.0 grade point average at College Park, most of it was due to the lack of self-discipline. I was ditching school a lot. Whenever I was at home, I didn't do any of my homework. I didn't open a book at all for any of my subjects. I completely blew off all classwork, all homework, and that's how I ended up getting a 0.0 GPA. That's when my parents made the executive decision to send me to Marine Military Academy. Initially, I hated it here. I didn't want to be here. I was complaining, didn't want to get to work, but the environment that I was put into, all the discipline and the rigorous studies, and how we have CCQ, which is 2 hours of having to study, gave me the strength and the willpower, and somehow it just made me get discipline, self-discipline to do it all on my own, and now I have a 3.8.
How does that make you feel to have that GPA? Do you see a brighter future for yourself at this point?
Well, my plans for the future haven't changed. I'm still looking forward to joining the Marine Corps, but I have already applied to some colleges, and I'm hopefully going to get the NROTC scholarship and go to a college before I go into the Marine Corps. So before I wasn't even thinking about college. I didn't even know if I'd make it into the Marine Corps. Now I'm looking into colleges. I'm looking into becoming a Marine Corps officer. Everything's looking up. I've got a car. I mean, there's just nothing that's bringing me down.
That's fantastic. What are some of the specific ways that you feel MMA has helped prepare you for college?
It's, like I said, it's given me a whole lot of self-discipline. I know how to get things done. I have my own habits, my own rituals, nightly rituals to do my homework. People who I always work with, such as Viskovich, if I ever need help with physics or if he needs help with physics, we work together. If I ever have questions, I always go to somebody else. If I ever have questions, I open up the book, I read it before I go to somebody else. If I don't understand, I can work on my own. I'm self-disciplined. I take the initiative and work anytime I have free time.
Tell us about some of the activities that you're involved in. I know we talked about color guard. Is there other activities that you're involved in or that you enjoy here at MMA?
The only other activity that I'm really involved in is a official activity. Every other weekend or so, some friends and I would get our paintball guns and we go out to the paintball course with Staff Sergeant Jay, and we paintball a lot. But other than that, the only activity I'm involved in is color guard. But being the color sergeant, it's very rewarding. I get a lot of community service hours, and it's helping me build my college portfolio.
That's fantastic. What would you say to students that are perhaps in high school that are considering MMA? What would you like to say to them?
If you're considering MMA, I would say come here for academic purposes. If you're looking to get physically fit and have academic purposes, then it's also a very good reason to come here. The staff is great. Most of the cadets are amazing. As long as you keep to yourself and you don't cause any trouble for anybody else, nobody will cause trouble for you. And just overall, if you're a nice person and you're a good person, everybody's going to want to help you and you will succeed in every way, shape, and form here.
You mentioned a niece, you mentioned a girlfriend. I want to give you this opportunity to say hello to your parents, to mom, to anybody that you'd like to say hello to out there, including your niece and girlfriend.
I just got back from seeing my girlfriend Thanksgiving, but I still miss her. She knows I'll miss her and I love her. But as far as my niece, I love her too. Can't wait to see my sister. My brother-in-law and I, we have a boat. Can't wait to go fishing out with him. I can't wait to see my mother and my father again. I miss y'all. Love everybody.